What is up, Arnold, aka Vitamina here with another live session for you. Now, if you just tune in, nice to have you here. Let me know from where in the world you are. Yeah, I just checked the light. In this chat, we talk about foundation. Now, our Capoeira game foundation. I, yeah, personally, I have missed this in my first 6, 7 years of Capoeira. So then I actually discovered it by when I was teaching, because I was teaching and I was teaching in 3 different styles: Angola, Benguela, and regional-ish. And I just got lost, and I wondered, what am I doing? What am I teaching my students and why? And in that process, I kind of start to dig in and start to analyze and feel what I want with my game for myself, and from there also for my students. And I really am happy with the result of my search. That was namely this: that I now, when I teach, I set a foundation on which most people can thrive, can discover and build up their capoeira game. When the time is there, they can specialize into different game aspects, right? You have maybe acrobatics, types of games, Angola, regional, Benguela, or specific flexibility, or kicks, or speed, or height, or small tactics. There's so many different aspects of the game on which you can focus, and that will create the specific you, right? So when I talk about, let's talk about Capoeira Foundation, I'm wondering if you um, have this foundation that I missed. Do you have this platform of, well, let's say now in this in my Capoeira world, there's I play contemporânea, regional, chiting dong dong, chiting dong dong, on that rhythm, so Bento Grande, Angola. I play Angola. I can also play Benguela. It's not my focus, but if the rhythm is there, regional I can play, of course. But I focused on 2 talkies. That's the Angola game and São Bento Grande de Angola. So and the reason why I do this, because I like the 2 games, and it also São Bento Grande Angola, it's a bit more, it's for me, it's still a free capoeira game. You can do quite a bit. Yes, not for me, São Bento Grande de Regional, that's what that is. For me, it's less freedom, and not always. Sometimes I love to play that because I just feel like that. My energy is like that. But in my teaching, when I still had my group here in The Hague in Holland, I focused on those 2 talkies, and also São Bento Pequeno and other talkies, of course. But those 2 were the main things, and around that, I created my foundation. And I based that foundation training on principles, more principle training, movement training. Like, let's say meia-lua de compasso, right? You can do that in different ways. Now, how can you do that? You can do it with 2 hands. You can do it with 1 hand, with no hand. But the overall thing is, principle thing is, it's a rotational kick, right? And the main thing is balance, and that you start and finish that rotation. Now, if you train within your foundation, if you train on those specifics, if you know, like, I have to train the foundation of this kick as well, or first, then I can do anything with it. Sorry. So that's how I teach. Basically, separate techniques. I teach like this, and with the AU, for me, within that game framework, there are 2 types of AU. For a beginner, the AU aberto, AU fechado. Why do I teach both like this specifically? Well, because then they can go into the direction of their preference, right? I do not have to decide what game they like, but if they get to know both aspects, well, that's a foundation, in my opinion, to just set the layer and set the create potential, right? To create the potential of full body, full capoeira game training, and actually some practical techniques and sequences. So let me know what are your basic 5 kicks? The first 5 kicks. Can you mention that? Comment. Let's check. Yeah, because this is how I teach. What are the first 5 kicks and why? Why do you choose this kick, this kick, this kick, this kick? Why is this the 5th and why is this the 1st? For me, that also makes sense, right? I'll tell you my first 3 kicks. Yeah. Now the first kick we probably have in common. Yeah. Meluji French. Why? Because it's easy. Kind of easy, but the crossing leg, crossing arm thing can be hard, right, for beginners. But still, in the essence, it's quite easy, no? And then when I think of the game São Bento Grande de Angola, Contemporânea on São Bento Grande de Angola, I also teach the combination some Meluji French, then Queixada back. For beginners, this is for me a really important tool to teach them also Armada, because if your leg goes and then comes back again, that backward movement with your arms is basically a big part of your Armada. With Armada, you just turn also, but you also do that exchange of legs and kicks. So I also build my foundation, game foundation and teaching foundation on what is physically logical, yeah, for them to grasp. So first combination, maybe Meluji French, Cocorinho under it, Au Holé, first sequence. Then the second combination, second sequencia is Meluji French with a esquiva lateral, and then the kicking guy or lady kicks back with a contra queixada directly after the Meluji French, and the other one does a contra esquiva de lateral, right? So he or she has to switch legs. Now in that moment, for me, the contra defense part is really big. So that's a foundation for my game defense-wise. And from a motoric, physical aspect, the importance of kicking Meluji French, going like this with your legs, your arms go here, and then cross back to Queixada. That's really important for rotational kicks like Armada and Chapa Giratório, Giratória, I don't know. So yeah, I love to hear. Actually, I'm curious, really curious, what your foundation is. What are the first? Let's start with 3. Yeah, I just mentioned 5, but let's start with 3. So, what are the first 3 kicks and why? What are the first 3 defenses and why? And what are the first 3 sequencias and why? And the drills. Now, obviously, I thought about it, and maybe I'll give them. Yeah, I want to give it to you as well. I have this all written out. I have my whole KAHPU training. It's all there, documented. Yeah, one day I start to share it with you. Yeah, I think I'll grab. Who was it? Junior. You said it right. Do the defense part as well. Well, it's a good idea. It's needed. Yeah. A big namaste from Holland, from Vita Arnold, and hope you're well. Stay good. Let me finish this. Yeah, if you haven't subscribed, do that. If you like this, do it as well. Now know that I am busy with planning some more live teaching as well. Yeah, I just want to teach, take you, take you right out of that camera and put you right with me, so we can have a training. Yes. See you. Ciao.